Hey folks, and welcome to CarStars' 10 Cool Facts About Michael's 73 Dodge Charger in the 2007 TV series Burn Notice. Fact number 1. When Burn Notice got the green light, showrunner Matt Nix insisted Michael Westen drive something that his father might have left behind that's kinda cool, a little scruffy, and completely unsponsored. He found that combo in the 73 Dodge Charger, sometimes referred to by production members as a 74 Charger, as there was little difference between the two model years. Regardless, there were 4 different 1973 Dodge Chargers progressively acquired across the 7-season run of the show, 2 designated as hero cars for close-up shots and 2 reserved for stunt work. Since sourcing decent condition 73 Chargers in 2007 was no easy task, they initially started filming with only 1 hero Charger. The crew quickly realized, however, that a single classic Charger wasn't sufficient for a multi-season show, so transportation coordinator Ted Vernon scoured South Florida classifieds for backups. The first duplicate, Hero number 2, arrived in tired driver condition. It was resprayed black, fitted with show plates, and rotated into regular shooting duty whenever the primary car needed downtime, ensuring continuity even during the tightest production schedules. The stunt department soon acquired a couple additional Chargers for hard-driving stunt sequences and more risky precision work. So, by the series' end, the show's Charger lineup consisted of the original Hero Car number 1, Hero Car number 2, and the 2 dedicated stunt cars. Fact number 2. As for what powered the Chargers, the 2 hero cars ran factory 318 V8s tuned more for reliability than power, outputting around a mere 150 net horsepower to their 3-speed automatic transmissions, which is probably why we never see Michael roasting tires or being thrown into his seat from acceleration. That mild combo allowed for minimal production downtime, however, as well as ease of use for both actors and stunt drivers alike. Also, and understandably, producers wanted the hero cars to be as quiet as possible for interior dialogue shots, so the only real work done to the engine bay of the hero cars were new AC compressors, fresh hoses, and auxiliary fans tucked behind the grille for a bit of extra cooling. However, one of the stunt Chargers took a different path engine-wise, ditching its original tired 360 small block for a 440 topped with a Holley 750 carb and free-flow dual exhaust for a bit extra grunt for the more aggressive driving scenes. Meanwhile, the other stunt Charger kept its original stock 360 and occasionally lent body panels and other parts to the other Chargers when needed, when not in use. Fact number 3. The 3rd generation Dodge Charger, produced from 1971 to 1974, arrived with a dramatic Coke bottle profile, high fenders, recessed hood, and pinched waist that signaled Chrysler's new fuselage design language. Designer John Hurlitz incorporated a loop bumper and deeply tunneled grille that could still hide headlamps behind vacuum-actuated doors, while stylists stretched the C-pillars into flying buttresses that framed a small tunnel-back rear window on higher trims. Under the hood, 1971 was the last blast of unbridled Mopar muscle. Buyers could still tick the 446-pack or legendary 426 Hemi on the order sheet, both breathing through shaker scoops and capped by matte black hood decals. Insurance surcharges and tightening emissions rules soon forced a retreat. By 1973, the Charger's hottest factory option was the only 280-horse 400 Magnum, and the once feared RT badge had been replaced by the more subtle Rally package. Federal mandated 5-mile-per-hour bumpers also added rather unappealing heft and chrome battering ram ends for 1973 to 74. The 3rd-gen Charger still found some glory on oval tracks, however. Richard Petty piloted a 74 body to secure his 5th Daytona 500 win and back-to-back NASCAR championships, proving the swoopy sheet metal was still capable of high-speed racing. Today, collectors appreciate these cars as the bridge between 1960s hair metal Mopar excess and the Malaise-era survivors, with the still muscular enough to get noticed yet rare enough, especially true 440 or Hemi examples, to draw big block buzz at cruise nights. With their distinctive fastback silhouette and hidden headlight grin, 3rd-gen Chargers continue to gain respect as both design statement and a rolling chapter in muscle car history. Fact number 4. As for the modifications that made these Mike-spec Chargers per se, the exteriors were painted black and had their front and rear bumper guards removed for a cleaner look. Inside, the art department demanded stark white everything: seats, door panels, dash pad, even the steering column and steering wheel, so Weston's usually dark wardrobe popped against the interior. coupled with the hood scoop hood borrowed from an earlier model Dodge, gave the Chargers their unique appearance to fill the role of Michael's car. The bright white cabins were crafted for ease of removal. Upholsterers stitched duplicate seat skins from marine-grade vinyl that the crew could strip off and clean up in minutes when needed, which was quite handy since simulated messy bloody wounds were commonplace on this show. The front seats sat on quick-release sliders, allowing grips to yank them, slip in a low-back camera perch, and have the cars reset and ready for the next scene. Even the steering wheel and steering column were sprayed with a peelable base coat so fresh white paint could be laid on overnight whenever scuffs showed up, maintaining continuity, most of the time anyway. Fabricators turned each Charger into a modular filming rig by welding threaded anchor points into the rockers and trunk floor, letting grips bolt on tow bars, pursuit arms, or crane brackets without punching fresh holes every take. All Chargers received stiffer torsion bars, box control arms, and leaf spring clamps attempting to tame body roll somewhat, while police spec brake hardware kept stopping distances predictable over repeated takes. Paired with that easily refreshed interior, the Chargers could morph from pristine hero car to fully rigged camera mule and back again before the next scene rolled. Fact number 5. As you'll certainly notice when watching through the series, windows and windshields were destroyed regularly on the Chargers, which became a pain point in production. The prop shop even went as far as deleting the factory rubber weather seal entirely. Each Charger's windshield was just quickly replaced with a thin bead of clear silicone and held in place by discrete body-color sheet metal screws hidden beneath the stainless trim. This allowed on-set repair techs to quickly back out the screws, slice the silicone, and swap the glass in about half an hour without prying up stiff gaskets or risking paint or glass damage. A greater challenge within this situation, though, was that Miami's supply of untinted 71 to 74 Charger windshields and windows was next to nil. Sun-soaked Florida classic cars had long since acquired aftermarket green or gray tinting, which production didn't want to use since there were a lot of scenes where filming through windows was necessary. So, the transportation team initially found themselves calling up several Mopar salvage yards as far away as Tennessee and Ohio, asking for clear original glass that wasn't fogged or pitted. Whenever a clean one was found, production bought it on the spot, even paying for entire junk cars just to harvest their glass. The art department did try chemical tint removers, but found they left a hazy fate dull that showed up in sunlight, so they ultimately gave in and ordered a pricey small run of fresh reproduction glass, cut to OEM specs, and shipped clear without UV shading added. Fact number 6. Some may have noticed a few cosmetic changes after Season 1, so let's talk about why that was for a moment. Season 1's lone hero number 1 Charger wore whatever it arrived with, such as a set of scuffed aftermarket, what looks to be centerline, aluminum wheels, and the factory bullet-style side mirrors. That mismatched, slightly worn setup fit Michael's dad's hand-me-down backstory well, but the open lug wheels cracked after a few curb kisses, and the OEM Charger mirrors were getting harder to find for replacements, not to mention didn't offer stunt drivers much of a rear view when backing through Miami traffic. To remedy those issues, during the first hiatus between Season 1 and 2, the crew had to turn one hero vehicle into a visually consistent multi-car fleet. To make all Charger match, they opted for the far more common, cheaper, and tougher Chrysler Magnum 500 steel wheels. The mirrors got swapped as well to a more common and easily obtainable piece, which were rectangular stainless units scavenged from 70s Dodge pickups and vans. Now, even though multiple Chargers were filling the role, continuity was maintained for the most part. As for breaks in the Charger's continuity, there weren't many really. About the only thing that stood out to viewers was that, because Hero number 1 was the only car of the 4 that actually had a factory white interior, the other 3 cars' steering wheel and steering columns had to be painted white to match the added layover upholstery, and that white paint tended to peel off a bit over time, revealing some of the original color underneath it, which wasn't always resprayed before shooting. Fact number 7. To handle extra structural stress and enhance stunt driver safety, the 2 stunt cars received discrete roll cage tubing and quick-release front clips so bruised bumpers or fenders could be swapped overnight, with otherwise matching aesthetics to the hero cars at distance, yet were subtly built tougher to shrug off brisk curb kisses, hard turns at speed, and reverse 180s that would have risked damaging a stock body. However, one of the stunt Chargers, the one with the stock 360 engine, paid the ultimate price. For the Season 4 finale's car bomb gag, the effects crew gutted the car and laced charges throughout. Multiple cameras rolled, and on a single radio cue, the Charger was detonated, blasting it upwards, then crashing down to the pavement in a smoking heap. Once the set was safe, the team collected the wreck and then sent the carcass to a local scrapyard. The main 440 stunt car, however, did endure post-production. It was sold at a prop auction in Coral Gables, then changed hands to a Pennsylvania Mopar enthusiast who recognized the hidden reinforcements and big block swap that marked it as the primary stunt car from the show. He began a slow restoration, undoing years of quick film fixes, sourcing correct interior pieces, and documenting every weld and patch from its stunt days. The Charger is reportedly still in his private collection, mechanically sound, its roll cage preserved, and wearing fresh black paint that stays true to its television aesthetic whenever it appears at regional car shows. Fact number 8. When production concluded, the crew cleared some automotive inventory through Miami classic car dealer Ted Vernon, and the Hero No. 2 Charger was the first to leave the lot, still wearing its TV prop plate, black paint, and hood scoop hood, but showed its longtime TV life age up close, fading enamel on the white column, silicone smears in the window. Vernon listed it locally, then flipped it online. The car spent a few quiet years tucked behind a body shop in Broward County, gathering just enough surface rust to reveal its original golden fawn metallic paint peeking through in places. In August 2020, the Hero No. 2 Charger resurfaced on a bringatrailer.com auction. The listing included dozens of high-resolution photos that thrilled fans, the numbers matching 318 still ran, the interior remained TV correct in stark white, and even still had its prop plate in the trunk. Bidding was lively but stopped shy of muscle car madness, closing at $19,000, roughly the cost of a nice driver's 73 at the time, reflecting its odd mix of Hollywood provenance and sun-soaked patina. The new owner, a Mopar hobbyist from North Florida, promised in the comments to quote, "I plan to keep it exactly how it appeared on screen." True to his word, the car hasn't been over-restored. Today, the Hero No. 2 Charger lives in a climate-controlled garage outside Jacksonville, where it's kept mechanically sound but cosmetically untouched. Fact number 9. When filming wrapped in 2013, the show's creator Matt Nix had first dibs on the No. 1 Hero Charger, the original black over white car bought in Miami for the pilot. He claimed it for his own and had it shipped home to Southern California, tucked the paperwork and prop plate in the glove box, and registered the car in his own name. Fan Q and A's over the years confirmed that it still retains its stock 318, the hood scoop hood, and the factory white steering wheel. At least twice, 2016 and 2019, the Charger appeared at small charity show and shine gatherings in the Los Angeles area where fans got to snap some photos. In January 2025, a fast-moving wildfire, the Eaton Canyon Fire, came within a half-mile of Nix's Pasadena property. After evacuation orders lifted, he posted on X that, quote, "I'm not a big X poster, but I wanted to share a tiny bit of good news. Michael Westen's Charger from Burn Notice miraculously survived." The accompanying photo showed the car in his driveway, ash-dusted but unscathed, reassuring fans who remembered the on-screen car fondly. Today, the No. 1 Hero Charger remains in Nix's private collection. He keeps it road-ready with fresh plugs and modern tires, but no cosmetic alterations have been made. Fact number 10. Checking into the scale model scene, although Burn Notice was a well-received series and did have some official merchandise, there was little in terms of official scale models other than a really low-detailed and quite inaccurate 1/64th scale Hot Wheels car. As for third-gen Charger diecast models in general, probably the best quality and most detailed you'll find out there are these 1/18 scale 71 Dodge Charger RTs from AutoWorld. Yes, they are technically the wrong year and colors, but they are very nicely detailed regardless. For those seeking the custom route to make a closer replica, although most 73 and 74 Charger model kits are in replica of the NASCAR racing cars, which isn't what most would want for this situation, there is this widely available 1/25th scale 71 Charger model kit from AMT that one could use as a base. These run around $30 on the current retail market, and I will put a link below to where you can pick one up for those interested. By the way, folks, I recently started a new and also film-related and similar format YouTube channel called Mind Litter. If anyone is interested in hearing more about our favorite movies and TV shows beyond just the cars, such as other behind-the-scenes info, filming locations, and actor-related tidbits and such, I will put a link in the description below for those interested in checking it out. Well, there you have it, folks. Thanks for watching, and make sure to hit that subscribe button if you like what you saw here. You guys are all great. See you next time.